warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, children. How are you? I hope you are fine. And myself Yasmin Taj, I take you social science and welcome you all to my class here. And I begin the chapter, it's being called History and its Sources. First let us come here, the meaning of history. Do you know what is the meaning of history? History is nothing but, it's a past record. Events, what happened in early period. For the best example I can give you that, when you are in child, your parents will keep on saying you have been in very naughty, this so and so. They collect that information and you realize it. That's a past here. So let us go to the meaning. History is a systematic record of the past events. It deals with the complete story of man, his past, present and future. Next, after this we are going to learn why do we study history. Really it has been very important to us. Yes, we have to study the history. We have to study history because it's very essential. Why it has been essential for us to read the history? And we in previous days, where if you go to the previous past, when we say the past history, a man was not knowing how to cook the food, he don't know the way of life, many inventions started, so many things started here which we have been learning. History is very essential here. It used to give the skills, talent, everything is been given here. It has been from the past here. Past the people used to use the earthen pots here, but now it is completely generated to the modern here. When we compare to the modern and to the previous, it's completely different here. So many inventions we have been seeing here. From where it has come? It has been come from past here, ancient periods. After learning to the ancient period, why do we study history has been an important. Now let us go to the dwelling of the early man. Early man, when he was living a life, where do he live? He was not having a home, he don't know to cook, he don't know anything, just he was wandering from one place to another place for gathering of food. And where do these people live? These people live near the river Narmada, Yamuna. And what is the job over there? They used to gather as much as food. What are the foods used to collect? The foods like roots, different type of fruits, different type of leaves, animals, etc. And later man started to have a cultivation of crops. What is that first cultivation crop? It's being called barley. After having a cultivation, he started to have rearing of animals like goat, sheep, cow. And what he was doing with this one? He used to collect the milk. He was plowing the field. And he came to know the importance of a life. Slowly his life started to begin. And that became an achievement of a man. After having an early man here, when he became a success to the study of past, after learning, we'll go for timeline. So we have been studied here, early man's here. From which period it started? It started to the period of 4,700 years here. So whether it has been real fact or it has been a fake, so we'll see in this timeline here. What is this timeline? Timeline used to give the structure. Happen, not happen. So first we focus on what? To the birth of Christ here, in the sense Isa alayhi salam. So we will say here, yes, it has happened, and no, it has been happened. So the timeline I have been given here, 5,500, 5,500, 200 and 100. It has been increasing and decreasing. And if I go to the other side here, it has been decreasing and increasing. So this used to give a fact here, happen, not happen. So if I say this 5,500, I mention here as BC. 5000 BC, 500 BC, 200 BC, 100 BC. Now, after having here to the next descending order, what is this descending order? After the birth, I have given here 0. Means I should verify here whether yes or here whether no. So I'll write this one as AD. AD, 200 AD, 500 AD, 5000 AD, 5500 AD. So this gives you before Christ. So we are going to focus the things on the Christ here, before Christ. So we don't know, it has not been happened. And here we say yes, after the birth of the Christ, the things happen here. So this has been an timeline. So you should not get confusion. BC is being called before Christ. AD means Anno Domini. Happen, not happen. It's been like a picture for us highlighting early man. We are not been seen how early man was been living his life, whether he's been a wanderer or what. But it has been maintained in the book early man. The man was been living. So this has been an not happened and this has been happened. We have been seeing to our daily life here. After the timeline, let us go to the next call. Names of the land here. We are living in which nation? We are living in India. Do India, the name has been titled, yes, this has been in India? No. Thus India has been mentioned, it's been called as Hindustan, India and Bharat. And how this has been derived? It has been derived as a word called India. How India came? India came from the word called Indus. What is this Indus? Indus is a river. So from their title, India was been early known as Indus. Then again they said Indus, from where it came? It came from the Sanskrit word it is. Sanskrit word. Then Iranians and Greeks, they are from northwest, they titled Hindos or Indos. And the land of the East River, they called India. So there are so many names for India, one by one, from one nation, one nation the people derived India. No, India is not been called India, it is an Hindos, it is an Indus, then later Hindustan, then later it became Bharat, then called India. So different names have been titled for India. Okay children, did you follow how India has been defined and how to read the timeline? We are going to count the dates here. Okay, AD means Anno Domini, BC means before Christ. Okay, and please try to maintain one notebook for the classwork, social science, and let us continue the topic in next class. Jazakallah khair.